Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. If you're new to the page, go ahead and take a second, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. All right, we have a lot to cover. First of all, if you see any spam or anything below talking about a WhatsApp, blah, 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 talk to my broker. It's not me, it's spam. Don't fall for it. I will never ask you for a phone number or anything like that. Let's get right into it. The stock market. The stock market for sure was heading for a cliff like it has been doing the previous days. You get a little green pre-market and then green when the market opens and then it tanks. The stock market today, Friday, was absolutely headed that way. But there was some great news that averted all of that. And it was from a company called Merck. All right. So here's one of the headlines. The stock market was surely headed for another sell-off, okay, until drug maker Merck announced that they've been doing a global study reduces the hospitalization and death by 50% in unvaccinated patients as it pertains to COVID, right? Let me show you guys one of the headlines because this is important. So here we go. Merck says COVID-19 pill cuts risk of death and hospital. And that was by 50%. And what's really important is it talks about unvaccinated. So for a lot of people that are unvaccinated, then here's another route, okay, that we could take. If you ask anybody what was the biggest catalyst for the stock market even coming down in 2019 and what the biggest risk to the stock market is and everything else, it's COVID. The one thing that was going to get the stock market back on track was COVID going away, right? And I just believe that, after the Delta variant, they had like 7 more other variants ready. But this is good news because this actually even works clinically right now against the regular flu, which the COVID is a strand of the regular flu. Okay. So this is huge news because it solves many problems. Now, they have the infrastructure to get this out. It's not, costly. And by the time it's approved, they can have a lot of it out. It's a pill that you take daily. I believe it's a couple of times a day. It's like a Z-Pack if you've had the flu. And you take it 5 days, a couple of pills a day, and you're good. So that's good news. That's good news for the market. Remember, the market looks for the future. The market doesn't always react in real time. So some good news today about tomorrow. The market reacts in a positive way. So thanks to Merck, they literally saved the stock market today. Those are facts. Now, I want to tell you about a gamut of things that this is good for. Okay, we have problems with shipping, right? Our supply chain is jammed. What caused that? COVID. Raising inflation. What caused that? COVID. All of these things are the chip supply. Why new and used cars are up so much. Even housing prices. Why are they all up? It all leads back to COVID, good people. And so that's why a lot of people are excited about this because it really is good news. Okay. Of course, it has to pass government approval, this drug. And hopefully they do this right and don't screw it up. So it's been overall good news for the market. This is why we have to be ready to move on any notice. Like you could literally be prepared for the stock market to do one thing and it'll do another. Excuse me. And so there's a couple of things I want to go over. I just want to just keep it going, right? So we covered that. Oh, here's some more very interesting news. I need you guys to write this down because this is huge. Merck news, huge. This is also huge. For those of you that don't know, remember how we've been saying that September and really September 17th was the beginning of a bad market. It was like the worst weekend, the worst day to start trading, for the stock market. It was the worst day for the stock market, historically going back 20 years. Here's some good news. Historically, for the last 20 years, October 22nd actually shows us the bottom. Historically, now, this it's not written in stone, but historically, over the last 20 years, October 22nd shows us that we're at the bottom. That is news that we can make money off of if this year is like the other 20 years past. That is good news to know, because you could plan your strategies, that you could start dollar cost averaging in. You could start loading up before or shortly after. It just gives you something to look at. It just gives us a snapshot, good people. And that snapshot is going to help us make money. All right. And so these are two big things that I really wanted to share with you guys, because I believe that is extremely important for us to know. All right. So let's look at what Merck did. Okay. Look at this. Merck is up by 6.75% today. It was up actually even higher. But as you could see, this was today. Let's just blow this up. Look at that. Now, this is a 5-day chart, but I always like to go the day before and look at what it did. It just skyrocketed based on that news. Actually, I think it tanked the other, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and all of that. But I believe that this is fantastic news, and I'll take it, because with all the negative news that we had, the rising of the debt ceiling, and all of that, the infrastructure bill. Speaking of the infrastructure bill, good people, I corrected it yesterday. I kept referring to the infrastructure bill as something else. I forgot what even I referred it to, and you know what? I'm gonna just go into that right now. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going to look you in the eye and tell you that my heart was heavy. My heart was heavy because I lost a cousin just 2 days ago now to COVID in his early 50s. And today I lost another dear friend of mine in her 50s to COVID, right? And I'm going to just cut in right here. I have another stock to talk about, but I need you guys to hear this. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I don't claim to be one. And what I'm about to show you and suggest to you is not me telling you to just run out and buy it, but I want you guys to consult with your physicians. One of the things there are some things that we could do before we get sick, before we catch COVID. To me, is that it is as equally important to wearing masks, all right? And one of the things that upsets me is none of the past or present president is talking about it. The CDC is not talking about it. These news medias are not talking about it. But it's one of the simplest things that all of us could do, and that is build our immune systems. I'll tell you this. This from Walgreens is vitamin D. I take some vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and elderberry. So, for those of you that don't know, every day that you live, your immune system starts to get weaker, especially if you're over 30. And I know you're going, is he really doing this? Yes, because if I could save one of you guys, it's worth it. I don't care about the hate. Now, this is not the end all answer all. This is not for or against vaccination. myself, this was my choice, and I believe in choices. My choice was to get fully vaccinated. I've been fully vaccinated as soon as it came out, all right? Because I have to travel or whatever. I never once got on any platform and says you have to get vaccinated, okay? I'm just saying there are some things that we could do to build our immune systems up. And so that's why I had to plaster on a smile yesterday and shoot this video. But I was extremely heavy. And to be honest with you, I was extremely down. You could see I was, disheveled and all of that because I was heavy. And I will tell you that since 2019, and I have had a cold every winter, my wife and myself. Since 2019, I haven't had as much as a sniffle. Now, I still have seasonal allergies, but not as much as a sniffle because I built my immune system up. So just spending a few dollars I get enough for a month. So just spending a few dollars every month saves me $300,000 in hospital bills and all of this. Every one of us could do a better job at raising our immune systems, okay? So that's just the low-hanging fruit. That's another line to help us not to get sick in the first place. And then when your immune system is strong, even if you do get COVID, it's less than a regular cold because your immune system is built up, and that's what COVID attacks, your immune system. Now, I absolutely want to say this. You consult with your doctor. I don't care how old or how young you are. Consult with your doctor. This is just a suggestion before you take anything. I don't care if it's a vitamin. You should call your personal physician and say, hey, this crazy dude on YouTube talking about stocks, start talking about vitamins and, raising my immune system. What do you think? And listen to your doctor. I had to put that out there, good people, because there's too many people dying that don't need to die. Okay? All right. One last thing I want to talk about. I had to get that in there, good people. I love you guys. I want you safe, but I want you here. I don't want to lose anybody else. All right. And I'm not going to get emotional, but this Sunday is my mother's birthday and I'll be at her gravesite. And she did not die of COVID. She died of cancer. But when something like this happens and no one's talking about something as simple as taking vitamins, it upsets me. I'm upset at the CDC. I'm upset at all of our leaders and governors. And it's just something really easy that everybody could do. I'm sorry, but I'm extremely passionate about that. I don't want you guys to get sick. All right. So the last thing I want to talk about is Volta. So I made a play yesterday on Volta. All right. And I made a mistake and said the stimulus, it went down because of the stimulus bill. No, I meant to say the infrastructure bill. But what happens is the lockup for the PIPE investors was up. And as you can see, it overreacted like it normally does. And I got it down here at $7.90. I bought 2 times more than I had. And I'm up rather handsomely today. And now it's up here. So I got it at $7.90 and I bought thousands of shares. And now it's up to $9.43. I was just that sure of it. Okay. And so for those of you that are not following me on my Instagram page, I will have a link provided in the description below, because sometimes I'll get something like this right away and I'll just post it on my Instagram right away. And so I want you guys to be able to get this stuff right away and before I can get to these cameras and get to YouTube, okay? So I'm not just trying to drive traffic over there, but I want you guys to get information as soon as possible. I'm sorry, I keep looking over there. I do not have a Patreon. You guys are my Patreon. Soon as I get a play, I'm going to let you guys know. It's nothing against people that have the Patreons. I just don't have time for it. I want to get this information to you guys in a timely fashion for you guys to make your own decision. But just as always, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell the stock. You got to do your own research. But I definitely want to put it on your radar, good people. I'm going to cut it off and leave it right there. Of course, I want you guys to look at all of my links below. I tell you on this Volta move that I made on my Webull, right? Download the Webull, deposit $100, you're going to make money. Then I'm swing trading my Cardano in Webull. So I bought some Cardano in Webull as a swing trade, and I got it at $2, all right? And when it runs up a little more, I'm going to sell it all, okay? But I have my long-term Cardano in the Coinbase app. That also I have a link below. Download that and deposit $100. You're going to get free crypto, all right? With Webull, you're going to get free stock worth up to $2,300. And you get pre and post market trading. All right, good people. If you're not following me on Instagram, just click the link below. I am Larry Jones TV on Instagram. Okay, good people. So pray for me this weekend. I don't want to lose another one. I don't. And I don't want any of you guys to perish. And there are some things that we could do. And so I can get back to myself, good people. I don't want to lose another one of you guys. Okay. So love you guys, and sorry to get all emotional and all of that, but there are some simple things that we could do to protect ourselves, all right? Love you guys. We want to make money, but we also want to be in good health. And if you guys have anything else that you think that will help build an immune system, just post it, okay? No foolishness. Now, having said that, I don't want you guys to just read these comments or even just listen to me and go run out and start taking anything before you consult with your doctor. Okay? I love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn.